I'm not sure how I started the video or anything like that, but we're just kind of gonna jump right into it here. Gonna explain real quick what I did last time. Off camera, I have run it a little bit off camera for like just a moment, spray fuel into it, but the tank setup is all new to it and everything. There's not much fuel in it or anything like that, just like right to here. But I found the tank. Yeah, I probably include that video. Vibrating to death, so you guys are in a different stand. Broke the drill. Probably showed that too. If not, I JB welded that back together. There's a screw inside that set, holds it. I JB weld the threads. If it breaks again, then I guess I just gotta go get a new drill to start this. Pull starting. This thing's got a hellacious amount of compression. Not even the not even the battery powered likes it. So 120 volt it is. Got it put together, got the impulse line put on it. I should have probably shown that, just drilled it real quick, didn't get any plastic inside of it. Force fit with some seal all, put a impulse on it, hooked up the fuel line, zip tied that up over there. I don't know what it's going to do for idle or anything if it wants to run away. Like I say, we'll see if my 3D printed gaskets hold up without sealing. If they need it, then I'll get in there and change that up and stuff like that. But overall, I think it's going to hold up. The bench is going to completely vibrate to death. If it really wants to do it too much, then I'll get the sandbag put onto it. Probably should do that, but, you know, being stubborn and everything. Maybe I should, but oh well. So, turning it off, it's just pull the wire on the Nova chip, I guess. I got the tachometer here. I don't know how well you can see that. I guess I'll kind of zoom in just a little bit, but our tach is right here. When it starts running, I will go ahead and turn it on. See if you can even see the numbers from here. Not in the least. Cool. So that's perfect. I guess I'll have to call it out and everything. Or I can get you all a little closer to the action. Get you lowered here. Okay, there's your readout. So I found this ducting system. I was going to go buy some and everything. Right down the street, they're redoing a house or whatever, and it had some, so I got it cut to size real quick. Got a little cut hole here. It looks like it's older than hell on that. They didn't do that, so... Got it out, everything. Got duct tape, do a little refinement, but hey, here it is. Try to shoot some of the exhaust into there. We'll see how well it runs. Let's just get into this, shall we? This is the 176. Tries to run away. Yeah. We're gonna find out real quick. Hopefully not cook any wires here or something. Yeah, it's gonna try to suck that in. Yeah, we'll just leave it right there, and I could just pull a wire real quick, eh? Negative, positive ground. We really don't want that touching too much of anything. Really didn't think that turn off system through. I guess I could just do that too, right? All right, let's see if the drill's gonna survive it and what we've got going on here. Tack on. See, it ran yesterday. Now today it's wanting to do something different. I'm kind of unsure what's going on. Oh, nut came off. Well, I didn't do that yesterday, but... Yeah, yesterday I had spark. Today, I don't know. Did the Nova chip puke out on me? Ran, but then it stopped running or whatever. But I was like, yeah, that's good enough for the day. Got to do some diagnosing here. Alright, I'm back. Diagnosis, bad Nova chip. Had a new one on hand. Thanks, Ted. More on that later and all the goodies I got from him. So, alright, let's go ahead. Let's see. I got a fire extinguisher ready here, just in case. You know, I've got a little bit of fuel in the tank about here, but we'll see what we can run and just slowly break stuff in. So, I got this. Did I get that torque down? No, I didn't. I gotta get that torque down. Just went out with the family and got back, so let me get that torqued real quick. Different spark plug. Doubt it'll change anything. If it pops again, I have an idea. I'm gonna have to order it, but it's a ratcheting thing for breaker bars. Yeah, I know. So a ratcheting for breaker bars, and it allows us to go one direction, not the other. I ordered one off Amazon. It worked a whopping one time. So, if this don't work now, then we will be back with good stuff. coming loose. Well, that explains the extra air. Whoop. So it ain't threaded. Sorry, yelling syndrome. Okay, so this just vibrates, but it didn't actually physically move. All right, so carb's coming loose. This is holding up. That's holding up fantastically. So carb's coming loose because I couldn't get a good torque on it because I have the velocity stack on it. So it was starting to make cracking sounds and everything. So there's my problem right there is that. That's why it was speeding up and nothing and leaning out and everything. All right. Well, that was good. That was a good first test run. I'm going to take that and let it sit and soak on the heat and everything. Intake, I don't have a temp gun. I know Tim. I know Ted. I was at the by Harbor Freight. So the screw, absolutely burning hot to touch. Yeah, not fun to touch there. Not fun to touch there. But the intake itself, it's cold. It's like cold right there. It didn't take on any of the heat. Now, heat soaking I know is going to do something, but I wasn't expecting that to be the first thing to fail on me. But always expect a failure somewhere, right? All right. I know what I did with my proper size wrench. So the carburetor's coming loose. That's good. So I may have to get different screws and stack them up to... Yeah, hear that cracking? That's because I can't get a good torque. Because it's threaded into metal. Remember, my adapter here... Let me get you guys... My adapter here is torqued. It has metal inserts on the underside to pull up, try to pull through the carbon fiber nylon. It's sealed off. There's JB Weld and everything. So it's pulling, trying to pull, you know, screw inserts up and through, and it's not going to be able to do that. So that's where we're at here. But so far, carbon fiber intake is winning. And I've got 4 screws holding this down so it get an even squish on the gaskets. What time we got? Because I was going to go hunting here. 4:08. I'm going to have to cut it short. Probably be back after hunting if I get nothing. It is smoky in here, so I'm definitely going to have to think of how to keep this perfectly right here at an angle to suction up, to help draw heat away, but to help just for the smoke to go into it. I need something that sits just perfectly right here, that it doesn't get in the PTO. But the smoke is everywhere in here, like I said, so I'll have to think of something. Probably something here, screw it down to the bench or whatever, just to do running, but it wasn't bad. It was not a bad first run. We might be able to pull one more here. Yeah, my shut-off procedure. Cover it. So, alright, we'll see if we can get her to go again, if it knocks the nut off. We were definitely fattening stuff up as things were going, and carburetor coming loose. I can handle that as a first go. Come on. Yeah, it's like vibrating all over the place. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's got a hellacious air leak. I got to put a gasket underneath that. Sorry, I'm yelling again. Yeah, it's got a hellacious air leak on this one. The other adapter has no problem, but this one, yeah, it's trying to do something. Something's not happy with this adapter. I think what it is, I'm just over torquing, and it might be warped or whatever. So we've got a bad adapter here. Might have to put a thick gasket. I think what it is I didn't use a gasket. I just used gasket sealer maker, and if I put a good thick gasket in between there, I think what that'll do is that'll help us stop that and everything. Let's go ahead and take that off real quick. Let's go ahead. Let's investigate what's going on here, shall we? And I've got you on the different stand. And I've got you way zoomed in. So let's go ahead, let's tear that off real quick. Let's see what's going on here. So, success. The lower intake is what we were testing. This adapter, on the other hand, you can over torque it. If I have to get a metal one, I can make one. But I want to see how far I can go with this. But so far, this 3D printed one on the racing saw, fantastic. But I used a gasket on it also. Yeah. Yeah, this was fine. It just, yeah, gasket sealer. It's not going to do by itself. I got to get a thick gasket, so got to find out what I did with the gasket. That's fine. That is fine. We'll just let things hang out here. Actually, we'll just haphazardly put it back on. Just haphazardly do that. I gotta go, guys. We'll be back. This ain't the end of this one. Not by a long shot. Alright, I'm back from hunting. No luck. Got rained on. Then the sun came out, shined. It was beautiful. I'll probably put pictures up on my Instagram. So, alright. Anyways, back. Let's see what damage we can do here with this. See how quick I can smoke myself out. Actually. Let's open that up slightly. Alright, see if it'll take the nut off of here or not. I put a gasket under here. This is gone. I have another car just like this, and I remembered it. Put the gasket underneath. Let's see what we can do here, shall we? Besides, vibrate this whole thing to death. Running out of fuel in the tank. Before I even try to adjust it or get her going. Might as well get that fixed, right? Let's add more. Yokie dokie. Alright, so the ventilation thing, I got it to where it can move side to side, but it's not going to move towards the engine. That was my problem I was having. So, I'll try this again. Yeah, I flooded it. That's right. Somebody somewhere ain't happy. Uh-huh. I bet it's the carburetor again. It's smoky in here. I need to get a pipe that comes up, and I can just put this ventilation straight over it. Although it kind of helps, it kind of don't. So yeah, we're getting a vacuum. I can see it right here. Yeah. It's wet around my 3D printed gaskets down below down here. I'll show you guys. Rather than me suffocating completely to death here. I didn't put sealant on it, just I wanted to have the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, see how it's wet? So we've got a, that's where our air leak is. When I compressed it down is when it started to be happy. So I gotta take this apart, put sealant on that. Testing! Like I said, I'm running on a lot of other things and no problems on it. It's just I put sealant on those. This I didn't. Alright, maybe this time. So, sealant on every gasket surface imaginable there. Reset. I had to open up the carb a little bit. I wonder if that was enough or not. I couldn't tell you. Ah, crap. Took the nut off. Alright. Ugh. Spark plug results, running rich. That's fine. We'll get that figured out. Alright, if it does it again, then I've got a plan B. Get this where I can actually move it a little bit. There we go. So plan B will be to put this on. A belt drive start, and I've got a 120 volt electric motor behind me. It's gonna be used for a lathe or whatever, but I'll end up mounting that on. There, mounts on. Somehow it mounts on, but mount it onto there. Yeah, mounts into there. Take off the dog paws and everything, so I'll have to take the flywheel off, but put it on there, and we'll have to bump box it. I'll have to get a belt and everything, make it to where I can slide, start, and everything and whatnot, but try to figure that out. So if that happens again, that's going to be the next option I'm going to have. But I'm pretty sure it's going to happen again, so. We need to open a garage door. That's not aiming into the ventilation system. I'll just spraying it everywhere else. So, what are we learning? A, I'm yelling. B, yeah, the carburetor, where it's coming to the adapter here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's my carburetor 2. See that? That is rocking independent of everything else. So my air leak is coming from under my carb. You can see when I was spraying carb cleaner, it was doing that. So my leak is still coming underneath the carb. So probably gonna have to print out and make another adapter. Or we can just bypass that adapter. I've got Tilly carbs, and we can mount this onto it. The adapter, this Tilson adapter. We can mount that on it. Unfortunately, it gets rid of this carburetor right here, but that's fine. We're after testing this lower intake. And so far, it's holding up. Let's see. Temperature. Still cold. Cold. Yep, still cold. Ice cold. I mean, it is. It's freaking cold. That's amazing. Screw's hotter than hell. Because it's directly attached to the engine. It's directly on it. So, what did I see? Over 10,000 RPM I had it at one point there. That was pretty good. That's a screaming little engine right there, and it still had potential. But with that carburetor leaking down there, yeah, we're not going to get far. I can't get a good consistent tune to run and everything on where I can sit and hold it at an RPM, back it off and everything. It's just going to do its own thing. It's hard to do. But what I had like 7 minutes there of good run time and everything. So yeah, at least that didn't come off like I said it would. Made me into a liar. So for now, we're gonna just keep drilling. If it does it again, then we'll go in and do that. But I've got to swap that out. I got to find a good Tilly carb. I've got a whole bunch of them in a thing behind me. I got to make a video on that too. Those 090s are okay, but I've got some other ones I need to get carb kits and stuff for. Actually, how about the carburetor it came with? We can use that, but I'm gonna have to rebuild it, and it'll bolt right on there. And it uses it pumps through here, an impulse on that, and this has that adapter has that, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem. I just have to make sure that I've got it cleared enough down here for it. But yeah, that's got to be next video. I'm enjoying this so far. I hope you guys are. This is still ice cold. Like, it literally is cold to the touch. Everything is hot around it while this is just unfazed. It's completely unfazed by the heat. I need to get a temp gun. You were right, Ted. I mean, this is hot. This bottom plate, that's warm. This is the only cold thing. These are the only cold things. The carbon fiber nylons are completely cold. That's amazing. Now, obviously it's not taking in heat and act as a heat sink, but cold fuel charge and everything is what you want. So, carburetor's ice cold, completely ice cold. It's isolated from this heat. I'm just amazed. That's got to be like putting it in a refrigerator cold kind of thing going on there. That's amazing. But it's got to be next video, everybody. Next video, we're going to toss that on there. We're going to put that on my intake, and we're going to go ahead and do that. I may just clean this off camera to save some time and everything, unless there's a clean one behind me. But this was its original one. Like I say, we're strictly after testing how well this 3D printed lower intake can handle. If it can really handle it and everything do good, it's going to work excellent in future ones. Try to make an angled one that they have and everything. But I'm yammering. I just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed watching this video, interested in this kind of stuff and whatnot, leave me a comment. What you think? Predictions? Everything. I think the lower intake's going to work successfully. Brian's gaskets are doing amazing. It's holding up perfectly. But I didn't expect anything less. It's not flexing or nothing. Next time, have a good one.